And faith is the evidence of things hoped for and the substance of the unseen. 9. So we have to be ready for what we are expecting. So ngananana timwapalweni. Then mulea suka kwati limbitamu la pokelera mapalo. Nisha, are you not hoping or are you not expectant of amapalo yo mwala pokelera? Hello?
Nish tamule pokelera. Tamule askaba youth.
Chakokole sana. Now let me pela kufe a few words of encouragement because I know that today is about the Lord, right? And my word of encouragement is to remind you that every single thing that started on this earth started by faith. Why do I say that everything started by faith? Everything was created in the mind of someone. Mwantadika? Tamulintadika in? When we look at even the microphone that is in my hand today, it started in the mind of someone. And someone who had been planted that purpose in their mind was confident and able enough to do what? To ensure that they birth it out. We have heard before, we have read about the person who discovered the light bulb, Thomas Edison. He went at it for 1,000 times before he could actually come. In fact, Thomas Edison went at discovering of the light bulb. After 1,000 tries, that's when he came up with the light bulb. And from number 1 to number 999, he refused to call it failure. Or he said that he had discovered 999 ways of which the light bulb cannot be made. Must understand, then? So my provocation to you today, my disruption in your mindset today is to call upon the purpose that you have been called and ordained for on this earth. As teachers, there are people that are called to be preachers. There are people who are called to be politicians. There are people that are called to be electrical engineers, mining engineers, farmers, and even just varying consultants. But each one is important. And if you leave this earth without birthing that which you have been put on this earth for, then you would have robbed humanity of that which was put in you. Imagine umuntu oba pele ga Henry Ford lesa amupela amano aya kweba tapange motoka ngata pangire motoka inonshta na nombanga tulafirwa ukulapita 9 ama basi ngatakwaba fene miotoka, transportation would be difficult. But the goodness is God always has a backup plan. So if you refuse, gaflefine bachlanda, na batueba a man of God, that if there is no one to worship God, He will lift up the stones. So if you deny to do what God has sent you on this earth to do, God will not be disadvantaged by your lack of failing to follow through. So I pray that as we go through this journey of life, tukwate okushipa no kushininkisha ati chine, each and every one of us has got a role to play on this earth. We have a reason that we are here in this present generation. There is a reason why we were born in this very country at this present time. No one chooses where to be born. No one chooses the time to be born. If you fear ishibikwa kulide so mwine, Chimone I'm fine. Once twenda feta twaishwa how many years we have been given on this earth. But it is our prayer that we should live impactfully whilst we were here. And the way that we can do that is to ensure that when we find ourselves in an opportunity like this, we cry out to God to reveal His purpose for our lives. Mweleza, reveal my purpose to me. Reveal my purpose to me that I may not be the one who will rob this humanity of that which you have put on this earth for me to do. Let me not leave this earth robbed that they have to wait another generation before the person that you have put does what you have put them here for. Queen Esther was challenged whilst she was in the king's house. She was challenged. If you remain silent at such a time as this, salvation shall come from another, but your family shall not be spared. So you have to remember that the calling and the purpose that is on your life, ngatamuchi discover nishi ni mwevo mwalenga. The things that we should have been achieving do not have achieved because you have failed to have confidence in yourself. God has made us equipped and well able to handle everything. And that's why He says, I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. So He chose the parents for us because He knew that as I send Minister Paul Truth on earth, he needs to have a certain voice which will minister to the people in a certain way. In order for him to have this voice, he needs to have these ingredients. He made sure that his parents came together and he went through whatever he went through that provoked him to be able to sing today. So what is it that God has made you go through and you are taking it as a problem instead of an opportunity? Businesses are born out of problems. Did you know that? Businesses are born out of problems. COVID, yeah, it's a big problem. But do you know how many people managed to make millions out of COVID? It was a problem, but because some people found solutions. Bambo Kulanda, we need a mask. We need gloves. We need sanitizer. Tatwa fish benefia sanitizer. Abantu bamba nombokula panga sanitizer. People made money out of that. Are you able to identify the solution that is in that problem that has come? Because not all opportunities will come dressed in a suit and tie. Some will come in overalls. A problem that comes to you is coming to you because you might be the person with that solution. So I am happy that the man of God has encouraged us today that let us forget about our problems and focus on now, because maybe through the problems that we have come with today, Lesa Alach to reveal a solution that will be a solution not only to you but to the entire world. Everything that we are searching for in terms of prosperity, we have in our hands. The widow was asked, what do you have? Before she produced oil. Oil in her hands, in her house. So what is it that you have? These are the questions that I want you to ask. So as I close, I just want to leave you with just 5 questions that I want you to constantly ask yourselves from now until you have the answers, because these questions, only you can answer them for yourself. Question number 1, who am I? Who am I? Are you able to define yourself? What is your identity? When I define myself as Michelle Phiri, I'm able to define myself and say, I am a woman who has been put on this earth with the knowledge and the grace to speak to youth and women and ensure that they understand that they have to live within their purpose and that they have a mandate to succeed from the time that they are young till the time that they leave this earth. I am here to disrupt the thought process of youth and women, where we remove the dependence syndrome and we engage and ensure that people become financially free so that they are able to speak and be able to invest into the kingdom of God. So who are you? Can you define yourself? What is your identity? Question number 2. Where do I come from? Where do you come from? Have you ever asked yourself, nafikire shani pano pachalo? What is your source of life? The man of God has told us that don't be a part-time Christian. What is the source of your life? Who do you believe you are connected to? I'm connected to the creator of the heavens and earth. The God that when he speaks, things happen. The one that created this earth with the power of his word. That is the source of my life. The one who makes waters to part and people are able to pass through. That is the source of my life. Where are you from? Who are you? We've got those 2 questions that we've asked. We've talked about your identity. We've talked about your source. Question 1 was, who am I? Question 2, where am I from? Question 3, why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here on this earth? Why at this present time? I think we've already agreed that he just doesn't do things for fashion. He does things strategically and with a conscious of where he wants to get to the end. So, in that case, why am I here? That is a question on purpose. Those are things that now you have to answer for yourself. You have to be able to identify your purpose yourself. That's the 3rd question. 2 more questions to go. I promised 5 questions. Number 4, what can I do? What can I do is a question that deals with your potential. You need to be able to investigate. Take some time to introspect. What talents do I have? What is it that I can offer? Discover your potential. That's question number 4. Question number 5. Where am I going? Ushe basi nga yaima mwayapa station. Mwayasanga basi tamwishi beneko ireya. Mwala inina. Are you going to get onto a bus without knowing where it's going? You won't, isn't it? So question 5 is a question on destiny. You have to ask God, what's my destiny? Where am I going? God knows your plans. So now you've got 5 questions that will help you in your journey through life until you reach the destiny, the destination that God has ordained for you on this earth. So I pray that as we go through these prayers today, that God himself will be able to help us to answer these questions. But these are daily questions that you'll be asking yourselves throughout your life. So I pray that Mwemba Lembele share with those that did not come with anywhere to write, so that nabena bayebukisha kwama questions aya. Thank you so much, man of God, for this very humbling opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to come and speak to the youth. Thank you so much for blessing me with this gift. I will cherish it. Thank you so much, Mom, as well, for your hospitality, your generosity, your love and your care. Every time we visit here, you're always so welcoming. I'm humbled to be part of this event. Thank you, Minister Paul Truth, for remembering that I am part of the youth. That I might look like I'm over 50, but when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm telling you, I look 16.
Forever young.
So I pray that God's grace will continue to be with each and every one of us. And I pray that out of this church will emerge millionaires and billionaires. I believe that my assignment on this earth is to give people the confidence and to remind them that abana bakwalesa eba fwile okukwata empiaini. So we pray that God will continue to make progress and that this church will continue to birth out the successful youths that we've seen, and that their success will continue to grow. So may God bless you.
We'll do better than that. Can clap.
And may God continue to just honor the grace. By youth, gamwasanga abafyashi abalemi pepelako ula basungirira bwino. You don't need to be told what to do, but you should feel it in your heart. When you're feeling it, you check on mom, you check on dad. You shouldn't wait at kanofeba tueba. No inendelo dela pakanka kwate extensive millions. It's through that giving that you will find the blessing comes. I'm glad that I learned about the power of giving in my younger years. I used to go to youth services just like yourselves. Maybe even when I was much, much younger. So I pray that even for you, your hand will stretch. Kulaba chingirira ba youth besu nokulaba pepera ku inshita yonse. So continue to give and be willing, give with a thankful heart. Continue to be connected to the grace at this church and you will see your progress. So thank you so much. Nala shako na ine kudiba po truth, just a small contribution for whatever youth program that you have. So that timwa konka nyapo kula kwata my youth engagements in Shishibe, what other youth programs are coming or what other programs are coming. But allow me, ngefine nacha mishta encourage you kubako connected to the grace. Allow me as well to connect. I will also leave a 5,000 through and I pray that it provokes you as well to also be generous. Whatever it is you have, today pay line, whatever it is, leso mwine alishiba inshila esa mukubweke seshabu imota tuishiba no kuishiba dimona inende sana muku papa waisa daba kofe someone gives you a phone call and tells you nachikutontonka nyapo feriro ninkutuminako something then I remember I was like, oh, it was that gift that I gave that side. These are true testimonies, I'm telling you. These are things that happen for me, and I pray that you will experience them as well. When ana totera wadishbanga uli mu presence yako alesa kuti walabikirwa kufe walafa afi okulala ndafi bapo send musende microphone na papata.
Can you clap for Honorable Michelle Phiri Kazala? You can do better than that. Can do better than that. Bayus peneni papa no. Peneni.